Hey everyone, it's Jillian here at OnceUponATimeFitness.com, where we talk to you about keeping healthy and keeping fit, whether it be financially, physically, look at those guns, or however it may be. So today I wanted to come to you and I wanted to answer a question that I'm asked basically all the time, and that is, how much money do you make? Um, it's a really personal question, and it's not something that I'm 100% comfortable with talking about. However, I do know that when you're getting into something, it's kind of something that you want to know, like, what can you expect? Like, sure, like there's people out there that make like a ton of money on something, and then there's people out there that are at the bottom, but you kind of want to know like the person that's in between, and you want to know what they make and what they do to get the income that they're making. I'm going to go over what I made in the year 2019. I'm going to go over it month by month so you can see like what I made with each company that I worked for, and I'll talk to you about the hours that I put in, the quality of life that I had, and where I'm at today. Like this video and subscribe! So like I said, this is not something that's a video that's super comfortable for me to make. I don't like putting my income out there. I've never done it. It's not something that I feel is like, I just don't want to come off like I'm bragging. You just be aware there's people out there that make a lot less than me, and there's people out there that make a lot more than me. It's just a matter of what you're willing to do and, you know, how you do it. I was going through videos, I know, when I first started, and I wanted to know what it was like. And I find that it's super motivating, especially if you're like, oh, it's not worth it, it's not worth it. You know, I only made like $300 or whatever. Totally not worth it. I'm just going to give up. And I think that a lot of people kind of get into that mindset. And yeah, that's why I want to make this video. So let's get into it. So if you didn't already know, if you're not like a subscriber and you haven't watched any of my other videos, I actually started teaching in mid-December of 2018. So this is actually going to encompass 13 months instead of 12 months, because I'm going to go over everything that I made, starting with that one little month that was in 2018. But that was only 2 weeks. So it's actually going to be like a year and 2 weeks of income that I'm going to be showing you. So for the first month in December, my first check was $0, because you don't get paid until the month afterwards. So then in January, I get December's pay. So for December, I actually made, I'm looking at my paper now so I can make sure I have it, $373 on Palfish and almost $1,600 with VIPKID. So I was mainly working for VIPKID at the time, and I did this for a couple of months where I mainly worked for VIPKID, and then I used Palfish to supplement my classes for VIPKID. So I did not have any regulars with I did not have any regulars with Palfish whatsoever. It was 100% trials that I was working with, and I didn't have anybody that was regular. I did do a little bit of free talk, but not a lot, and I was way underpriced. So some of that did come from free talk. Okay, now I'm into my second month here, and I made $732 for Palfish and $1,500 for VIPKID for a total of $22.49. So my income has increased a little bit. You know, I'm seeing an increase in my income, and I'm starting to be able to actually do things with it. You know, start to pay off some bills, start to like pay off the things that I'm supposed to be paying every month. It made a significant difference in my life, being able to do this and being able to cut all of the daycare expenses, the after school care expenses, the before school expenses, the travel expenses, the packing your lunch expenses. Like, I was able to cut a lot of expenses out just because I was working from home. And I believe that it was actually in this month that I invested in my very first iPad too, because at the time when I was teaching on Palfish, I was teaching on my phone, which was an iPhone 5. No, it was an iPhone 4. It was old. That's my point. It was old. So at the time I was teaching on something like really old and obsolete and small, and it was really hard. And I said, you know what? I can make money off of this. I am making money off of this. I'm just going to go all in. I'm going to buy an iPad, and I'm going to be the best teacher I can be. And then after I bought the iPad and I started teaching off of my iPad, I noticed a significant difference in the quality of my teaching. You teach a lot better when you're not teaching like this. You just teach a lot better. Month 3, I actually made a lot less. For Palfish, I was down to $373, which is basically what I made in 2 weeks, my first month. And with VIPKID, I was down to $1,000 for a grand total of like $1,388. The reason is because it was Chinese New Year. I didn't have any regular students with Palfish, and as far as VIPKID goes, I hadn't been teaching there for very long, so I was still like a very fresh teacher. So Chinese New Year, when a lot of teachers don't get trials and a lot of teachers don't get classes, I still made $1,300 working from home. So, and I knew that the Chinese New Year was going to be slow. That's actually what we're in now. If you're watching this video when I record it, that's actually where we are now, is we're in Chinese New Year. So I want to let you know that it's going to get better. Just watch. 4, 4, 4. This is a number 4. Where am I at in month 4? Month 4 was March of 2019, and I made $1,427 with Palfish, and VIPKID I made $911 for a grand total of $2,299. This was also my very last month working for VIPKID. After this, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with Palfish, and I kind of just like I crossed my fingers, and I said, I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna make this work no matter what. And I went all in, and I hit it hard. March was a very significant month for me, because in the month of March, I decided that my finances were good enough that I could start the home buying process. And I actually went down. I had my appointment with NACA. I got started working with NACA. More on that later. There's other videos if you want to see my NACA process. I didn't end up going with NACA, but it started the whole process. That was when I realized, like, hey, I'm doing okay here. I can actually make a decent income doing this. So I'm going to go for it. And I'm going to buy a house because I'm sick of renting. That's another long story. More on that another day. But I'm really excited because March was a very significant month for me. I was able to start like planning on how I was going to buy a house. Month 5. So month 5 for me was April, and in April I made $3,061. Now you notice when I switched and I only went to one platform, I started making more. I don't know if you noticed that, but before it was like all like $2,000, and then I just went to one platform and my income increased. And after this, I kind of start seeing an increase in income every month for a while. My income increased to over $3,000 because now I have the ability to do fixed bookings. I'm not using Palfish to just fill in slots. I am all in on Palfish, and actually my quality of life, I didn't talk about that before. My quality of life, when I did this, it increased so much, because when I was working for VIPKID and Palfish, and my hours were all over the place, I literally opened every single slot that was available. And that meant not getting any sleep. I was not a very happy person. I was kind of like awake all night, and then like I'd get like, I might have a booking here at like, I might have a booking at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and then nothing until 3 o'clock in the morning. Or maybe I'd have something at like 1 o'clock and then something at 2 o'clock, and I get like a half an hour of sleep. I did a lot of crashing on the couch, and a lot of daytime naps, and a lot of not being a very happy person, because I am not good without sleep. So when I went to Palfish, I said, okay, look, this is what I'm going to do. This is going good. My hours are filling up. I'm only going to work one like full overnight weekend a month. And I actually only did that for one weekend. I did that the first Saturday, and I said, you know what? I don't need to do this. Like, I need to be able to have like a life and everything. So at this point in time, I set my schedule so that I'm only working, like I'm working 5 or 4 a.m. depending on the time adjustment. daylight savings time. Depending on daylight savings time. I was only working like 5 or 4 in the morning until like 9 in the morning. So like by 9 in the morning it was done, and then weekends I would work like 8 until midnight, but no more than that. I refuse, and I still to this day, I flat out refuse to work past midnight. I have to set goals, like I have to set like boundaries for myself, because without doing that, and I seriously recommend that you do this, set some boundaries for yourself, because if you don't, you're gonna get so burnt out and overwhelmed. You're gonna miss classes, you're gonna sleep in, you're not gonna be a happy person, and your family's gonna say, oh my God, can you just stop this job? Like, set yourself some office hours and stick to them. So April is also a very significant month to me, because in the month of April, that was a month that I was able to go debt-free. Now, okay, not totally 100% debt-free, like I still have vehicles, or I had one vehicle at the time. That's it though. I just had a vehicle that was like paid on time, never been late, whatever. So all of my debts, all of my student loans, all of my, like, you name it, it's gone. The only thing I've got is my car at that point in time. I paid off all my student loans. I just like really like focused in on everything, and it was a good time. It was really exciting for me. May, $3,200. That's exciting, right? Like, I'm making this money sitting at home. I don't have to pay for daycare. I don't have to pay for travel. Let's just like get that in your head. Like, this is a really good income for not having to even walk out your front door, right? I think it is. So in June, you saw my income increase even more significantly. And in June, I made $37.36. And June was also the month that we bought a car. Now I have a brand new 2019 Mitsubishi Outlander, which I absolutely love. It's like really exciting to me because it's a brand new car. It's fun, right? All right, so in July, you see my income go up even higher, and I made $37.99 in July. And then in August, are you ready for this? Like, seriously, are you ready for this? This is the summer, and over the summer, kids take more lessons. You can open up more hours, which I did. I worked more over the summer, but over the summer, I made, for August, $4,082. That's just 1 month. That's $1,000 a week. That's like what I was getting paid at the post office. I didn't have as much freedom with the post office, and this is definitely 1,000,000 times better than the post office. My 10th month, I didn't make that much. And there's actually a good reason for it. So my 10th month, that was the month of September, I made $2,539. What? What? How did like my income almost like halved itself? October 1st is another huge holiday in China where they get a week off. It's National Day. It's kind of like our July 4th. On National Day, everybody celebrates China, and everybody gets off of work. So the Palfish team wasn't working, and they wanted to make sure, because it's October 1st to 7th, and that's our paydays, our pay period, because you get paid by the 7th every month. They wanted to make sure that we got paid on time, so they paid us early, which means that I didn't get paid for the full month of September. Some of September's pay was actually in the next month. In the month of October, I had some of September's pay in there. So my pay was a little bit higher. Whoop! $4,333 for the month of October. So, I mean, keep in mind that there's part of September in there too. It kind of boils down to making like, I don't know, like $3,400 a month when you like, you know, average it out. And we go into November. It's really busy for me just in life, right? But in November, I made $34.53. I made $3,453. Again, remember, this is teaching from home. I'm making this off of an app on my iPad. You know, when I found out about this, I didn't apply until December of 2018. I found out about these companies like 6 months beforehand, but I was working for the post office and I didn't have time to wake up that early to interview, and I definitely did not want to get into something like this because I felt like it was going to be a scam. So I do have that one regret. I wish that I would have started this sooner. And then we're into December. This is December of 2019. I'm hitting my year anniversary. For December of 2019, I made $3,384. And I hit another milestone. So on Christmas Eve, we went to an open house for a house, and we put a bid on it. A couple days later, it was accepted. On New Year's Eve, we had our home inspection, and yeah, at this point in time, we are just waiting to close on the house. So I'm like super excited about this. I set a goal, made it happen. I told myself I wasn't gonna let myself fail, and I didn't. I totally didn't fail. But this is something that's totally possible, and I really wish that I had known about it a long time ago. I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't jump in as soon as I heard about it. Do you want to know what I made my first year? Do you want to know? So all together, for my first year and 2 weeks of teaching, this is what I made. All right, $39,576. Am I a millionaire? No, I'm not a millionaire. But does this job pay the bills? Yes. Does this job enable me so that I can continue to work from home and stay at home? Oh my goodness, yes. This job is absolutely amazing, and I don't even know where I'd be without it. Before I started working for Palfish, oh my goodness, I couldn't even pay my minimum credit card payments. I was so far in the hole just in life in general. And now I'm like, I don't know, like I feel like I'm a normal person, you know, like I'm a normal person my age, paying her bills and taking care of her kids, and being able to attend school functions because I'm done at work by 9 o'clock. So I'm good to like go to schools and go to Mother's Day's events and, you know, like just do like normal mom things that I never got to do because I was working 80 hours a week. This year is mine. I'm gonna make it mine. If this is something that you have gotten into and you're thinking like, oh my God, like I can't do this. Like I'm only making a couple $100 a month. I started only making a couple $100 a month too, remember? Remember the numbers? And if you like this video, do me a big favor and hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. I've got more coming for you. I can't wait. I am so excited. 2020 has a lot of cool things in store. So make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss out on them. Now I gotta do grown-up things like taking my dog out for a walk. I'm walking the dog. Snowflake, say hi. Hi. All right, guys, that's it. I will check you later. Bye. It's really not bad out for being January, almost February.